Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders speaking. Seeing what's current. We got YNW Melly. He's on the hook. He is still on the hook for a double murder that happened in 2018, which occurred with his alleged associates. He has been hit with additional charges, including witness tampering charges in regard to his previous trial. He's doing a retrial right now. They're in the process of doing it right now. They're in the process of selecting witnesses to the case. So, like I said, he's on the hook. He's definitely on the hook still. A lot of people saying, "Oh, that was a victory for his last one." What? His last trial was a mistrial. It was not a victory. He didn't get out of prison. He just didn't get convicted yet. If you want to call that a victory, I mean, that's as close to, being wrong as possible, I think. That's what I'm seeing it as. But it's a very interesting situation. It's it's simple, but it's convoluted at the same time. It's like black and white. He's either going to get life or death. The tampering charges carry life. Some of them carry life sentences. So if he gets off on the death penalty for the double murder, he'll still have to contend with the tampering charges, which carry life sentences. So he's definitely still not in good graces, not in the best way. He has a long way to go. I mean, it's weird. He has weird stuff that happened. There's passages in the notes that said that he had code names for his girlfriend and for his friend. He named his girlfriend Rihanna. Her name is Rihanna. We say Rihanna because of her accent, but it's actually Rihanna. I call her Robin, or ASAP Rocky's baby mama. But yeah. So and allegedly using a two-way device. His phone privileges were restricted, and he allegedly used somebody else's phone to convey messages while behind bars. So that could be an issue. That could be a serious charge. That could be something that the prosecutor could jump on. The prosecutor is a she is different than the previous prosecutor. She actually helped to put XXX Tentacion's murderers behind bars. I'm trying to look up her name. Let's see what I can see. Let me see. Her name is Alexandra Bucklew. If I pronounced that correctly, it's spelled Buckelew. And her first name she doesn't spell with the E. She spells Alixandra. Alexandra Bucklew. So she could be a problem for him. She got the three men. She was. It says prosecutor Alexander. This is from the Miami Herald. If they would give me a chance, I don't know if they'll give me a chance. Nope, they don't want me to give me a chance. Can't read it. That's funny. Let me see this. It says this is from BT.com. Legal documents, quote, legal documents obtained by XXL reveal that the prosecution added among 7 people Robert Allen, a key suspect. Okay, it's not showing me her name. What's her name? Well, anyway, she's added to the case, and she is, pretty serious about her prosecutorial role. She could get him out of here. She could get him all the way out of here. It's very likely she could do this. It's not, an impossibility that she could not be the one to do this. Oh my god! It's and his name, the YNW Melly, his government name is Jamell Demons, not Demons. I've been saying Demons or Demons. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I heard them say it. It's Demons. Let me see. It says this. Oh, this is from Fader. Alexandra Buckaloo will replace Broward County Assistant State Attorney Christine Bradley. That's who I was trying to get to. In the Florida rapper's double murder trial, which is scheduled to begin jury selection on Wednesday. This was yesterday, so they started the jury selection yesterday. It says that Buckaloo, a prosecutor who helped convict 3 men accused in the 2018 murder of XXXTentacion, has been assigned to YNW Melly's double murder trial. Broward Circuit Court Judge John Murphy brought Buckaloo into the case after recusing Broward County Assistant State Attorney Christine Bradley on Friday, October 13th. Okay, so she could be that one with the hammer. She could lay it right down on him. She could lay it right down on him because she put away 3 people. Rick James, salute to you. Salute. Tell more people about me. I have 303 subscribers. On my way 3 billion. Scream at me. We got 3 people in here. Rick James. Who else? I got 3 likes. I'm not mad. We're right on time. We're doing the damn thing. I'm waiting for about how Jackson's pledge. He kept his word the last time. I'm sure he will do it again. You have another friend named Richard. Okay. That must be interesting to talk about that. Hey, Richard. What's up, Richard? How are you, Richard? I'm all right, Richard. Must be fun. But this YNW Melly case is not fun. I mean, it's not anything to really laugh at. It's goofy, kind of weird, kind of just, strange, just, out there. But it just, a young man's life is in the balance. And if he's guilty, he's guilty. Let him go to the chair, go to the table, and get the lethal injection. I'm all about that. I'm all about if they're 100% sure, with no equivocating, no kind of going back and forth, no, he kind of could have not have done it. I want to make sure he did it, or if he didn't do it. That's where I am. I'm not saying that he's innocent, and I'm not saying he's guilty. That's not up for me to decide. That's up for the jury. They have to weigh the evidence. They have to weigh the fact that he allegedly tampered with suspects. Had code names with Rihanna, Robin, Fenty. With the who was in the car at the time? Not Rihanna. She was a code name for his girlfriend, Mariah. And that he was also telling that his the mother and the girlfriend were supposed to be kept quiet. They refused to go to be suspects, and that's part of the tampering comes in. That he had something to do with that. That he influenced them to not become part of the witness stand. If I said suspect, please forgive me. I meant to say witness. Be part of the witness stand. So that's pretty much where that goes. YNW Melly, he had one really big hit, top 40, top 20, Murder on My Mind. I mean, just another unfortunate, title for a song, and you're getting on trial for double murder. It doesn't bode well. His last trial ended in a vote of 9-3 in favor of him being convicted. I think they have to have at least 9-4. I mean, not 9-4. 8-4 or 7-3. I mean, not 7-3. 7-5. 7-5 or 8-4 for conviction. I'm not sure. I have to make 100% sure. You tell me. You let me know, because I didn't find that out about Broward County, Florida. Let me see it real quick. Let me see. Okay, so it has to be at least at least 6 or more, but I think it may have been in the reverse, man, and for him not to be convicted. Not very sure. But there, the news is all about the witness tampering. His associate, YNW Bortlen, or a real name Cortlen Henry, his house was raided, actually. And it came out that he was possibly tampering, and that could be a capital felony offense. So, like I said earlier, this comes from the article I have on here by Mr. Joe Walker for hiphopdx.com. Says, quote, these are in addition to the original court count of tampering with a witness and a capital felony that Melly, real name Jamell Demons, and Bortlen, real name Cortlen Henry, were charged with earlier this month relating to the 2018 murders of YNW Juvy and YNW Sakchaser. Mathis is an inmate at Broward County Jail who allegedly helped Melly contact Bortlen, who was out on bond at the time of the alleged tampering. Okay, see how this makes your head spin a little bit? All right. The state claims Bortlen and Mathis assisted Melly in his efforts to convince his ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, and her mother, Felicia Holmes, to not testify in his first double murder trial. So that's where we get this thing with the tampering. We have, a set of, people that are trying to say that they said, you don't want to go on the witness stand, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. I'm going to shield you from that. YNW Melly's defense team is probably scrambling like 2 eggs on a Sunday morning right now. I got that from Mr. Troy Star Terrain. Give him my props, but yeah, they're scrambling. They're probably in a tizzy because it's been going back and forth. It feels like a goddamn game, but it's not a game. It's very serious life, and death situations is actually absolute and literal life and death situation. But it just seems like there's not enough evidence, I think, to really prosecute him. So the prosecution is throwing everything they possibly can, witness tampering, things like that, as much as they can to try to get him, locked in this murder case. It just seems kind of strange. Why did they find out about the witness tampering prior to this trial? Why wasn't it included in the first trial, which was, of course, a mistrial? Now, I have to look up again what the difference between a mistrial and a hung jury are. I think it's either the same thing or just slightly different. Not 100% sure. But YNW Melly, it's just it's American tragedy all the way around, no matter how you look at it. It's an American tragedy. Even if he gets off, he'll never be able to recover probably properly in anyone else's eyes, Yeah, but that's the state of hip hop as well. That's the state of the genre. You have to be, super serious about, what you are and who you are and what you got to do. And even if that means if you're showing yourself to be a gangster or showing yourself to be a thug or a savage or whatever, and we have names. Gangsta Boo, 21 Savage, Young Thug. I mean, the late great Gangsta Boo, but they use titles like that when they're not good. It's not good to be a gangster. It's not good to be a savage. It's not good to be a thug. Those aren't, worthy titles. Those aren't good names to have. That's not something that you would wish to be. That's what you wouldn't aspire to be. That's not who you want to be. That's the difference. That's the main difference in all of this. It's the fact that there's so many different places and certain different pieces to the puzzle that add up to, what character you have. And like I said, YNW Melly, he could be, completely exonerated from all this and still be haunted by it. I'm going to go to the live chat. Rick James says, they should have known if they don't have the time, don't do the time. I think he said, if they can't do the crime, don't do the time. He also says, I used to want to be a thug when I was a kid. Then I learned the condemnations. That's all his writing surrounding the name. Okay, I think he meant the connotations surrounding the name. So it's very important that we explore all these different angles, because if we don't have a great hold on this cases like this, what are we going to do for cases in the future? I mean, the prosecution seems like she's going to be a problem. She put away 3 people for XXXTentacion, which is weird too, because that was in 2018. His murder was in 2018, and this murder was in 2018. And I think what happened, they had a speedy trial, and it was right before COVID. So, this issue, definitely has a different ring to it. Has a different ring to it. See, it happened on October 2018. And let me see, XXXTentacion. He was killed in June of 2018. So I think that's, like I said, it was probably because of probably because of COVID, the reason why that happened. Why, this case seems to be dragging all out. Who else is in the chat room? Put a 1 up if you're in here. I appreciate you. I have 3 people that are viewing right now. Let me know who you are. I have time. Don't let me be confused. I have time. We can go a little bit longer. We have a question session on. You only see 1 person. I see 3. Okay, I guess that's just YouTube. 1 Uo salute. Yes, you put 1 Uo. You see 4. Wow, that's interesting. I only see 3. And I only see you talking, Rich James. So, yeah, YNW Melly. He's gonna have to come over a hump. This suspect's tampering issue is gonna be a problem for him. No matter if he is guilty of it or not. It's going to be in the minds of the jury, whoever this new jury is. I don't even know if that's true. Is it a totally new jury? I think it is. I think it's a whole new jury. You know, whenever you have a retrial, you get a brand new jury. I think, from what I understand, that would only make sense because the previous jury couldn't get it answered. Why would they do it all over again? So I think I just answered my own question. But the greatest part about all this is the fact that he is, maintaining. He doesn't lash out. He's had some, some strange kind of weird vibes about him. He's been allegedly blowing kisses to his alleged murdered person, the person that he murdered, his mother. Just weird stuff like that. I mean, allegedly. I don't even think that's, that was reported, but it wasn't necessarily confirmed. But even so, he could just be one of those out there kind of people. He could just be out there, And I think he carries himself well for the most part. He doesn't show that he's, contrite. If he did something wrong, he would probably be showing some kind of unaware sense of being guilty, having his head bowed a little bit, or showing that he's definitely not like Tupac, George Jefferson on them out of the courtroom, not like that. But I'm just saying, he seems like he's level-headed. They probably, he was shown to be in his prison garb, his orange jumpsuit. But he's been wearing, suits and turtlenecks and glasses. That's all calculated. Everything like that is calculated. They make sure he has the right attire on when he has the suits on and the turtleneck and the glasses. It's definitely to show the jury that he's non-combative and looks like he's well read and things like that. And the jury always has to have something like that to hold on to, and situations and circumstances like this. So Rick James says, "Have you seen the video of the guy singing for the judge?" Sorry, no, I have not. I don't know who this guy is. I never heard of that. I didn't see that anywhere. So I had two people, and one person came back, or somebody came in that's new. Let yourself be known if you so would like to do that. YNW Melly, I'm not for him, I'm not against him. I'm just looking at the facts of the case. I'm looking at the facts of the prosecution. I'm looking at the DA. I'm looking at what they're suggesting and what they're trying to do. Because like I said, if he gets to double murder, it's death. If he doesn't get to double murder, he'll probably get the suspect. I keep on saying suspect. That's a Freudian slip, I guess. Witness tampering charge, which carries a life sentence. Some of those charges. He has exactly 6 charges against him, according to various news outlets, and they all regard witness tampering. So, if he doesn't see the death penalty, he might still get life. But it's very serious. Broward County, Florida, woo, it's no joke down there. And DeSantis, he doesn't give a damn. He's not going to give a damn about some black rapper going down for a double murder. If he's talking about banning books and you can't have this in your school, and we're going to have a syllabus or a curricula related to how slaves got to learn trades and made their lives better. Like goofy stuff like that. If he's into that stuff, he's not going to care about YNW Melly. I'm telling you that right now. He's the governor of Florida is not going to care about some nigger rapper who killed 2 people allegedly. He's not going to care. for one thing, he's going to be more, forceful and say, like, he's going to point his finger. See, listening to this music, reading these books and everything like that contributes to the disintegration of the family unit and the household and minds being warped by this kind of material. He'll make a field day out of it. He'll be running, and I think, is it another gubernatorial race? If it is, he'll definitely be running on that platform. The problem, at least there'll be somebody that will ask, what do you think of the YNW Melly case? And he'll be like, who? What? Oh, that. Yeah, of course. He should get he should go in the chair. Give him the chair. Give him a gas chamber. I don't know what Florida uses. I think I did look it up one time. I think they use the lethal injection nowadays. That's the quote-unquote most humane way of dispatching a convict, a convicted felon of something as serious like rape or murder or something like that. Or if you're a terrorist or something like that, something along those lines. With this case though, it's serious because what are they going to do? This is going to be like the two. I don't know what the percentage is with mistrials, but are they going to do another trial if this one is a mistrial? Are they going to do this? Can keep on having mistrials? Is that possible? Is there a limit to how many trials you can have with someone? That's what I want to know. Help me out, please. Let me figure this out. I would like to know. I would like to see, justice, be served. That's all I want to see. Right or wrong. YNW Melly, I don't really care anything about him. Don't care anything about his music. I want to make sure he gets a fair trial. I want to make sure he gets a speedy trial. I want to make sure he gets, everything that he can possibly have, as a defense. But if the prosecutor has more evidence, has more proof, has more, stronger material, then, hey, it was nice knowing you, man, but we gotta get out of here. Rick James is getting out of the room. Okay. He says, I need to pick up my grandson from church school, sir. As the kids say, be right back. He put the BRB, though. So whoever's in here, there's two people. He was the third one. I see somebody, y'all two are shy, as Rick James is pointing out. I have to talk in a lower voice because my niece is sleeping upstairs. But I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I hope it's clear. I hope it's not too low. I don't like the sound of my own voice, ironically, even though I have a show where I have to use my voice. I don't do well reading my own stories. I like to pay people to read my stories. I don't read my stories at all. It's very boring. It's very monotone. And I try to add, splashiness and exclamations and all that, but I still don't have enough of that juice that you gotta have in order to be a great voice actor. I never was a very good voice actor. I would probably do silent pictures. If there's a silent picture, I'll probably do very well. I'll probably be one of the best actors of the silent reemergence. That'll never happen. They'll never go back to having silent movies. I have 4 likes. 2 people, whoever you are, thank you for 4 likes. But they'll never have the silent era again. But let me finish up with YNW Melly before I'll get right back to that. Yeah, it's just started yesterday. They're looking for oh my! I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. They're looking for witnesses for the for the trial, and they just came up with 6 counts against YNW Melly. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens after that. Now I have just a light kind of funny thing. I I saw a story about how Jay-Z was talking about how he didn't want to act. He hated he quote unquote hates acting or hated acting. I remember him from Streets is Watching, and from I think You Belong to the City, where they did like the Usual Suspects rendition, where he was like, "You trying to get a rise out of me, Agent Rappaport," like that. I just remember Jay-Z saying that. That was funny. He had that inflection. State Property 2 as well. Yeah, see, Height's in the building. Salute to Height. He puts down money. He's put money down in the past. I respect him. Got $80 to go. So I asked, the question is, have you ever wanted to act? Or do you act? I personally have acted in school, and not in school plays, church plays. Church plays, I was an angel, if you can believe that. I was an angel that woke up from a dream, and I was a pretty good actor, I think, in that setting. I think I was pretty good. But I didn't look for, school plays or anything like that. I started writing. I wrote, for the newspaper. I wrote, different segments for the school news program on TV that came on the TVs. So it was very engaging, to try to do stuff like that. But I never really got into it. Keith, another one. Keith, you need to be thanking Height for contributing to this machine, sir. Tell somebody about me. Hold on. Hold on. So, if you haven't ever thought about acting, why or why not? What stopped you? I mean, Jay-Z in the article, he says, he like Missy Elliott probably got coached by Hype Williams. Busta Rhymes got coached by Hype Williams. These are two of the best, artists, and I call them commercials because that's what they are for music. Music videos are just commercials for the music. They're not art. They're commercials. They seem like art. They have elements of art. They have acting. They have, cinematography. They have different things like that. But it's not art. It's the same thing as a commercial. There's acting involved. There's things like that. But it's for utilitarian use. It's to sell a product. That's it. I mean, they can be beautiful. They can be well, produced and everything like that. But at the end of the day, it's not art. So with that being said, Jay-Z was saying how he was in, State Property 2, like Height said. I think may have been in State Property. I think he might have been in Paper Chasers. There was a rumor. This is what started the idea. This is what started. He had an idea for there was a rumor that he was supposed to play DMX's character in Belly. And he was like, no, that's just a rumor. But I did recommend or, salute Nas's portrayal in that movie in Belly. So if you look at the timeline between, all the different videos that even Jay-Z has been in, he is, for the most part, he's a pretty good actor. You can believe him. I mean, from Hype Williams collaboration and Big Pimpin' and different things like that, and You're My Son, My Sunshine and stuff like on those lines. That's he had the idea. Now that's probably one of his most infamous videos, My Sunshine. Or You Are My Sunshine, or Sunshine, or something like that. Where he's actually, in the fisheye lens, and his face is all on the, in the monitor and stuff like that, and all close up to the camera. A lot of people said like, It's probably not for you, Hove. That's probably not for you. Leave that to Busta Rhymes. See, he even said it in the Black album. So I ain't animated like I say a Busta Rhymes. Like he's not that animated, all hype, kind of crazy out there like Busta Rhymes is. I'm gonna take a pause. This is what Keith says. His name is Harumi Aida, if I pronounced that right. But I just call him Keith. He says, "Well, I'm old now, but when I was a youngster, I wanted to get in the NBA." Okay, talking about acting now, but if you were in the NBA, you could have an acting job like Shaq or Michael Jordan or LeBron James. They had various acting jobs, so it wouldn't be too far off. But I just couldn't. I wouldn't be able to get the nuances, because that's what the thing with acting is. It's nuances. It's not just what you say, but how you say it and your body language and the way you walk across the screen and the way that you sit down, the way you drink a glass of water. All that contributes to an idea of who you are in the scene. And that's true for anyone who wanted to ever act, anyone who could act, anyone who ever tried to act. That's true for them. And we are in such a wide open space of what it means to be an actor or an actress. All you need is a YouTube, or if you need is a iPhone or a Samsung or a Google phone, a YouTube account, and lighting and action with a beautiful young lady or something like that, or a dashing young man, and it all combines to make one effort. You can just make a movie just on those basic materials. Height, I'm not sure what you mean. Are you saying my show is glitching? Is it not showing right? You having problems seeing it? What's going on? Let me know, Height. You pay good money here. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. But Jay-Z has been working in Hollywood. He's executive produced The Great Gatsby. He's executive produced The Harder They Fall. He's going to be producing an upcoming movie. Hold on, by James. Just one moment. I always forget it. Wait, so he didn't? No, he did. He did produce The Harder They Fall, but he'll be producing another one by James Samuel. His name is The Bullets. That's his artist name. But he's also a director. It's called The Book of Clarence. That comes out next year, and Jay-Z is also producing that. So, I mean, if you don't want to act, you can always produce. You can lend your time and money to the production. You can lend all your efforts beyond being in the scene or being in the movie period, and just be behind the scenes and do that. Still be a part of the creative process. I mean, it's weird when you think about producers like, oh, they don't do anything. They do a lot. They make phone calls. They do emails. They make sure they wrangle actors, writers, directors, cinematographers, the whole cast and crew. The way credits are shown, the way that the title cards are shown, the way that the actors are seen, what lighting they have, what scheduling they have. Producers do a lot. They're not just let me put my money in so I can get something back out of this. Because first of all, the harder they fall, from what I understand and what it looks like on Wikipedia, the budget was $90 million, and it took in less than $10,000 at the box office. But this is during the pandemic, so it may have had better numbers on Netflix. It was produced by Netflix, so it may have had better, residuals from it. All right, we start the question now. There's not that many people here. Sky, have you ever seen the movie Coolie High? I have seen bits and pieces, never seen the whole thing. Never seen the whole thing. And plus, you have a supporter here with height, and I'm glad you thanked him with the ticks height, ticks height. But yeah. So, well, I've never seen Coolie High. I think it's such a weird way of conveying yourself when you're an actor. I mean, especially women, and they're often asked, "Could you show your breasts? Could you be in the nude? Could you?" They're often asked that. Men sometimes, but especially women. On the casting couches, they have to show a little bit of skin to be on the movie to be included. So it's a game. It's all in the game. Acting. I mean, and it takes a while. I mean, look at that. Look at the fact that the top awards, like the Oscars, those are like the top acting awards in the world. Or one of the top acting awards in the world. Only 5 black men have won the Oscar for Best Actor. Only 5. Can you name them? I'll name them in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The late great Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, and Will Smith. Only 5 in the almost 100-year history of the Oscars. And there's only been one black female, and we pretty much all know who that is. I'm just going to give it away. It's Halle Berry, who has won for the best female actress, not supporting role. We have a few of those. We got Mahershala Ali, we got Louis Gossett Jr., we got for the men, and that's just to name a few. He won twice actually, Mahershala Ali. And what do we have for we have Viola Davis, we have Regina King, we have various people like that. So it's not an easy game. It's, to act. You have to have a certain quality about yourself. You have to have control over your emotions, and you have to have control over how you're purported on a stage or on the screen. Keith asks, Sky, watch the entire movie Coolie High and pay attention to the very end of the movie. Yeah, the very end of the movie I did see. Somebody died. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil for anybody here or in the rebroadcast world. Somebody dies. I know that. It's very serious. That's when the song comes on yesterday. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yeah, so it's a good flick. It's one of my dad's favorite movies, actually. But like I was saying with Jay-Z, he's been in dozens of videos, and it seems like he, is holding his own. He says that, he's very guarded. He doesn't want to let his guard down, because that's what happens when acting. You got to let your guard down. You can't just be reserved and cool, and you can't be like that. You got to be in it and about, the mission, about the acting role. Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't see about Hollywood. I gotta look. I gotta look for it. I'll look for it, later on today or tomorrow. But there's so much to really, grasp about the act of acting, the art of acting, which has been around for millennia, thousands of years, since the Greeks. The Greeks had, different plays and stuff like that, and they would have actors on the stage. And hundreds of years ago, William Shakespeare, they had men dress up like women because they didn't allow women to be in the plays. It was a totally different period. And now we have questions like, Should gay people play gay people? Should transgenders play other transgenders and things of that nature? I mean, it's a goofy, weird, spot to put people in because it's like they're human and it's acting. You're being somebody else anyway. But I wouldn't, put it on somebody to force them to be, or if they don't want to be a transgender and they're not a transgender, they shouldn't be faulted for that. Oh, Keith asked a very interesting question. He says, what about Japanese kabuki? I've never seen a kabuki show. I've only seen it on television. It's almost like marionettes, isn't it? Is that true? Or like it's almost like is it like is it like art? It's like very art filled, and it has the music accompanying it, and they're dressed in garb that's reflective of the Japanese culture. I don't know too much about Japanese kabuki. If you could share a little bit, since you're over there in Japan. Wait a minute, what time? I'm gonna see what time it is. At 5:42 in the morning. That's something special. But I mean, it's just an aspect. I think that probably the hardest part of filmmaking and in theater, the hardest part is the playwriting. Playwright has the hardest job in theater. Okay. Dirty Jerky, hi from London. Hey, Dirty Jerky. You seem to be new. And it's what? It's got to be. What was this? 5, 4, 5, 10, 10:42 where you are? Is that right? I'm just doing it, based off of my the time on my phone. How'd you find me, by the way? Dirty Jerky. $10. Yeah, let's go. Now accepting $10 and $20. You have Cash App where you are, Dirty Jerky? You have Cash App or PayPal? I'm on my money grind. I'm not doing this for kicks and shits and giggles. It's all about a money thing. That's what it's all about. So, I think acting, but directing. I think directing is probably the most difficult. Directing is probably the most difficult. You have to have everything. You have to know more than everyone. And if you don't know more than everyone, you can have a conversation with them and get more from somebody. Because you have to deal with, the actors, the writers, the producers. Everybody is involved. And, we take it for granted. Like, oh, it's another director movie. But I'm looking at movies like Flowers of the Killer Moon or Killers of the Flower Moon by Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese's in his 80s, and he's still putting out quality work. Like he's in his 40s or 30s. He's not kidding. He's doing an excellent job. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen clips, and I've heard good things. And it just seems like he knows what to do with his actors. He has, veterans like Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio, and relative newcomers like Jesse Plemons. He's been in a few movies and television shows. Most famous probably for being what was affectionately called Meth Damon before his name really got out there on Breaking Bad. But Scorsese is probably, this is how I view it. Scorsese is like the Jay-Z of filmmaking. I think he's the greatest what we have right now. Jay-Z is the greatest according to, polls and Billboard and all that stuff. But he's not my personal favorite. But just like he's like my personal favorite director is Wes Anderson. And I think Wes Anderson is like Tarantino and Spike Lee, and that'd be Ye. And I just thinking of stuff like that. Biggie, he was Hitchcock. Tupac, he was Charlie Chaplin. And I'll break that down. Biggie even said he's the Black Hitchcock and stuff like that. But the way he wove his stories was interesting. I'll get to that in a second, Keith. Give me a second. Just give me a moment. Still waiting on Dirty Jerky's response. I'm asking about Cash App or PayPal because this is not a freebie. I'm doing freebies because of Hype. If Hype wasn't here, I wouldn't even have this question period. So I'm gonna do my top 5 movies of all time for me. Number 5. God, now it's hard. I can't even think. Oh my God. Number 5. It's very interesting. You have to give me wait top 3 of your your 3 favorite movies. Top three. Okay. Number 3. It's hard. I can only do 2 and 1. I don't know why. I can't. I had it down pat. And I had to remember, but you jumped on me and you caught me off guard. But Heights saying No Country for Old Men. Just tell us 3. Okay. God, who's 2? I can think of 3, but not 2. I was just thinking of this just earlier today too. Godfather Part 2. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm really at a loss for words. What can I say at this time? Remember when I was 9? Who said that? All right. Oh my God. I had it in my head. Top movies. Oh my God. This is so fun. It's weird. I'm gonna keep talking. But I'll say some of my favorite directors, not in any order, but David Lynch, David Cronenberg, of course Scorsese, Hitchcock. Number 1 I can say is Wes Anderson. He's not my number 1 director. Okay, now it's coming to me. See, I had to prime myself. I couldn't just start the lawnmower, and I had to prime it. Okay, I think I can do this. Number 5, Whiplash. Number 4, The Social Network. Number 3, Bad Boys. Number 2, this is where it gets weird. Number 2. Of all time, Wizard of Oz. Number 1, Rushmore. Or I could change number 2 to M. Have you ever seen the movie M by Fritz Lang? You've got to see it if you've never seen it before. It's an excellent movie. Great. Another director out of order, Stanley Kubrick. Excellent director. Yeah, that's my 5. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. But I had an idea for Wizard of Oz. It's so obvious. I think everyone could name that as their top 5. But yeah, number 1 is always going to be Rushmore, no matter what. no question about it. Nobody's gonna change my mind about it. It's gonna be Rushmore all day. That's how I see it. So, back to Jay-Z. Jay-Z, yeah, you're gonna have to give me Bad Boys. Bad Boys changed my life. I was never supposed to watch it. I was 8 years old when it first, I think it was 7 years old when it came out. And my dad was like, "No, you can't watch this. This is a grown-up movie." And I was like, I'm gonna try to find this on on the HBO. And I was like, I watched it. I was like, yo, this is the truth. Two bad, cool black men going to save this white woman's life. This is what I'm talking about. This is what's up. That's what I'm talking about. So, I got a kick out of that. That was pretty interesting for me. But I have to get my list in order again so I can have it, be a little bit more clear in my presentation of who I want to say. But there's people like let me make sure I get his name right. These people, they keep on with their names. It's like it's an integrity thing. Yorgos Lanthimos, if I pronounced that correctly. He has movies like The Lobster. He has movies like The Favorite. There's a horror movie that he made called The Killing of a Sacred Deer. You got to see that. And he's just excellent. He's an excellent director. I can't wait to see Poor Things. The Favorite and The Lobster didn't change my life, but it just changed my perspective on things. Oh, okay, Baja Jackson in here. Salute. I'm looking for him to respect his pledge. Said I pledge tomorrow. Today's tomorrow. It's another reason why we have this question period, because people like Height and Baja Jackson. Boys in the Hood was a good after school special. It did have after school special vibes. I mean, that was John Singleton. He always wanted to add a message into his movies, but it's really just a theme. They're just themes like Furious Styles, the father to Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character. He had a lot of things to say. He had a lot of words to impart, which I enjoy. I like. I understand people say roll their eyes like, oh, talk. Another message movie, another talking about you should be able to do this with the community and everything like that. But I actually enjoyed it. I actually thought that was pretty uplifting and strong. I know, yeah. Message. What movie is that from? Hey, Height and I know what movie it is. Height, don't say it. Height and I what movie? And there'll somebody be in the movie, and then they'll say something like, "Your brain is like a gun, and it shoots off thoughts like that." And then the male person will come by with into the window and say, "Message." What movie is that? Who knows besides Height and myself? We both know what we're talking about. We know what movie it is. But I want Keith or wherever Herky Jerky went or Baja Jackson to say. I want y'all to say. I'll give you a little bit of time. You can look it up. Okay. I gave you enough time. It's don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the South Central. Is it, if I don't say it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Don't be a menace while being in the hood on the South Central or something like that. Like they try to combine all the titles together. Yeah, don't be a menace while drinking your juice on the south side of the hood. Something like that. in South Central. Yeah, some along those lines. I can look it up. Oh, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That's it. It was directed by Paris Barkley. I thought it was directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans, but he just produced it. It was made for $3.8 million, took in $20 million, and that's pretty good, especially at that time during the 90s. Came out in 1996. Dead Presidents, yeah. You donated at the top of the hour. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're right, Baja Jackson. You're right. I just looked it up. Yeah. But I'm gonna need that pledge up out of you. I need that pledge, Baja Jackson. I already see it. See my phone didn't register. Thank you, Baja Jackson. You hype. I see it now, sir. See it. See it now, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jim. Keith, make sure you thank Baja Jackson. You thanked Height. They're this is why we have these discussions. It's all right. That's all right. Yeah, salute to the donor. That's right. Salute to both of y'all. Thank you very much. I'm serious. I don't take it for granted. Try to do as much research and everything I can do. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing games. We can have fun, but this is still not play time. This is still business. So appreciate you. I want to say, you know, how my channel's growing. I was, you know, at 2,000 views in April. I'm over close to 25,000 views right now. That's the growth I'm on right now. And I know that's just the views, but my audience retention, the hours watched, the different geographic locations. I have people in the UK, like you saw with Herky Jerky. That's just an example. People in Canada, people in Asia, people in South America. I think they all are, you know, tuning in, and I appreciate you. It's because of people like Height and Baja Jackson that makes this thing run, and so many more. Or of course, the top contributor is Spirit Smooth Tunes, and check out his channel. It's an excellent channel. It's got R&B, smooth jazz, Quiet Storm, bands like Earth, Wind and Fire, Rolls Royce, Daz, all those different bands, and they all just come together. And you know, make sure you check them out. Make sure you respect and say something to Jay Tone. I don't know if he has a business or anything he wants to promote. I would love to do that. And of course, Miss Chelsea with her glasses on has contributed over 50. They have all contributed over $50 in a month's time. So you can join that same group. B Jackson 5. What I don't Baja. What is that? What is that for? Is that your Instagram or your X? So weird to say X. And what do you say when you want to make an X? Do you say make an X, or he X'd me, or I X'd her? And it's weird. It's so weird. Is that X or is that Instagram? What is that, sir? Is that Threads? I'd ask Anna de Armas. Height loves Anna de Armas. I don't fault him. She's a very beautiful girl. She's old as dust like me. We're the same age. She's born in 1988. She's 35 years old. she she's she's or 34. Maybe she was born. Hold on, let me make 100% sure. Let me make 100% sure. Yes, she is. Yeah, she was born in April. She's older than me, but she's still looking good. She still look good. She is aging like wine, and because I guess because she's not white. That's racist, right? That's pretty racist. White women age, I had a girlfriend younger than me. And I'm looking at her picture right now. She's got crow's feet. She's got lines around her mouth. I'm like, God damn, whew, God damn. But yeah, so let's keep this. Let's keep the wagon moving. Let's keep it on. What we were talking about acting. With Jay-Z. Jay-Z, didn't never wanted to be an actor. It's something I always wondered. It's so weird that it came out in the news now, talking about how he never really wanted to be included in any of the productions that he had. Except if he was included, he was either silent or he said like 2 words. That was it. And like I said, in the "You Belong to the City" or "The City Is Mine." Michael Rappaport is a detective. He's been saying some serious stuff that I kind of like what he's saying about Israel. He's an Ashkenazi Jew. I like what he's talking about. Oh yeah. It didn't for me though, because I was so into it, and I was like, oh shit, Kevin Spacey is, I'm not even going to say it for anyone else that hasn't seen The Usual Suspects, but Height and I know what we're talking about. We were like when he's walking down the street and he's got the foot and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, sure. I'll Google you. I mean, okay. That's your YouTube. I got you. I see you, Baja Jackson. I ain't mad at you. Guess what? You got 30 subscribers now. And everyone subscribe to Baja Jackson right now under the sound of my voice. If you have not subscribed to Baja Jackson yet. Oh, my top. Okay. I can do this. I can do top 3. I can do this. I'll do ladies first. Top 3. Number 3, Regina King. Number 2. Oh, this is crazy. But number 2 is Jodie Foster. Number 1 is Jennifer Connelly. I can do that. Top 3. Top 5, I can do top 5. Top 5 is Salma Hayek. Top 4, number 4 is who's number 4? I always forget her name. I forget her name every time. Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett's number 4. So number 5, if I can remember, you might have to help me out. Hold on. I got you, Hike. Hold on. Let me try to get number 5. What was my number 5? Number 5 was Selma Hayek. Number 4 is Angela Bassett. Number 3 is Jodie Foster. Number 2 is No, damn, I'm messing up. Number 2, my number 1 is Jennifer Connelly. That's, well, question. She's number 1. Number 3 males. I'm not even gonna do number 5. I'll get into trouble if I do 5 for 3 males. Number 3, Denzel Washington. Number 2, I got number 1 in sight. But number 2, number 2. Of any era, or living or dead, or right now, or what? Of all time? I'll say Daniel Day-Lewis, and number 1, Tom Cruise. No, yes, Craig Ash, you better thank your lucky stars for height and Baja Jackson. You better thank them right now, because they're doing this. We're in a question period, and you haven't contributed a single cent to this platform. I haven't height. Let me answer your question. Is Elysium with Jodie? If I pronounced that correctly, Jodie Foster worth watching, Scott? I don't know. I didn't see Elysium. I just saw her in Silence of the Lambs. I've seen her in was it A Safe Room? I think of that. That's a more recent picture. I saw her in like a fantasy movie. She's just one of my favorite actresses. She is my second favorite actress. Yeah, so Salma Hayek, Angela Bassett, number 3. I can't see. I'll get in trouble. Greg asked, you still haven't thanked them. I want you to thank them. I'm serious. You have to thank Baja Jackson, and you got to thank Height, because they're allowing this question period to go on. Have you seen the movie Trainspotting? I have seen Trainspotting. I didn't really like it. It was like, okay, had pretty good dialogue, and the acting wasn't too bad, but I just couldn't, get down with the whole, seemed like a downer kind of movie. It didn't seem like it was trying to be, upbeat. I like upbeat, kind of strong, swashbuckling and great dialogue kind of movies. But yeah, like Jay-Z said, I'm not that guy. I'm not the actor guy. I'm too guarded. That's what he says in the article. I'm too guarded. You got to let your guard down when you're an actor. You got to be completely immersed in whatever scene you're in. You can't be the cool guy. He said, I always want to look cool. That's the whole persona behind Jay-Z. I mean, he wants to be the cool guy. He never raises his voice too much. He never, goes out of his way to be, off the charts and wilding and stuff like that. He's always reserved and very, content with himself being cool. But like I said, to answer Baja Jackson's question again, I have seen Trainspotting. What do you think about Trainspotting? What are your opinions on it? I have to thank you again for your donation. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, Height, again. Thank you. If I didn't do it already, thank you for giving up. And how good was your weed? Are you finished it, or did it Height? I'm asking you. Did you finish your weed? Is it good? I can see that, Keith. Clint Eastwood is probably in my top 10, top 10, top 20 best directors. He's another one. I think he's in his late 80s, early 90s. And while I'm looking up Clint Eastwood, I'm going to do a little bit of a promotion. Make sure you check out page. Mr. Jackson. That's my little promotion for Baja. I haven't had time to look at your videos, but I will check them out. I appreciate everything you've done so far. I appreciate all the things you're doing. It looks very interesting. You got sardines and Sweetwater beer. You got Atlanta food, sardines, Abita straw gator, doppelback malt beverage. Is that St. Louis Golden Corn Dragon Wings and beer at Park on MLK? St. Louis Four Hands Brewery IPA. Playing with my meat. Pause. That's great, Baja. And he even says, Doughboy from the 1991 motion picture Boys in the Hood. And his description is Chef Baja Jackson, Doughboy from 1991 motion picture in the hood, Boys in the Hood. This channel mainly focuses on food, cooking, and beer. Hey, that's all right. That's something that, could blow up. You definitely have an audience for food, cooking, and beer. So definitely salute you on that, sir. So go ahead and check out Baja Jackson. He is definitely a contributor to this show. I want to make sure his show blows up. I want him to have more views than I have. I'm going to try to make that my policy. If I'm supporting you, you better have more views than I have. I want to make sure he does. He does a fine job. So salute to him. His link is right there. It's right here. Bam. That's it, Keith. Dead Presidents is not my number one GOAT movie. It's probably my top 30, top 40, somewhere around there. I mean, it has its flaws. It was kind of like a gross out movie, and you know what scene I'm talking about with the gross out movie, and when they're in Vietnam, and the other guy tries to use the restroom in the jungle, and you know what happens, and we both know, and we're not going to discuss that on this show. It was a little bit too much. That was too much. That may have happened in real life, but I didn't need to see that. No, not Predator. No. Height asks, what should I order for dinner tonight? Vagina. No. I joke. I kid. What do you like? You like seafood? You like seafood? You like burgers? What is your preference? Yeah, the Baja link is for YouTube, Keith. Yes. Check him out. Definitely. He's a supporter. He's a contributor to the show. You are not. You have not contributed a dime yet. Oh, he likes, but now see, Greg is going somewhere else. I was trying to make a funny. Now you're trying to diss the guy who has put money on this show, and you have yet to put any dollars on this show. You have the nerve, sir. You have the nerve, Greg ass. Height has put down money on this show, definitely, without a doubt. So you better bow down and pay homage. All right, so, oh my God, let me see. I have to get it written. I go by writers. I had my writers in mind. I can say my top 3 writers. Number 3 writer, you may not have heard of him, but he's made some great movies. David Mamet. He's also a playwright. He made one of his most famous movies. He won a Pulitzer for on the stage is Glengarry Glen Ross. Whoo, that's a fire movie. Great. It's like watching Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis and Ferraris. Go down the street. It's great. It's the dialogue is so crisp and fiery and so full of life and has so much thrust behind it. Pause. But this is a great movie. But number 2 favorite writer, Wes Anderson, because he's a writer of his movies as well. I think he's written every last one of his movies. So I have to give him his credit for being a director and a writer. But he's number 2 for my writers. For number 1, Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin has made A Few Good Men, The American President, Social Network. He has TV shows like The West Wing, The Newsroom, Live from the Sunset Strip, different things like that. He's directed movies such as Molly's Game, the Chicago 8, and was it Meet the Ricardos? What was that movie? Can't remember what it was. Being the Ricardos. Excuse me. He's done fine work, excellent work. He's one of the best, technicians of the English language. He knows how the stops and the starts and the rhythm and the tone. And he says, dialogue isn't like music; it is music. So there it is. I think they were getting at him actually, Height. He has to answer that question, but I'm just observing. I think they were getting at him. Yeah, so we got 15% left before I have to pack it up and reach. But we may I have to put on how much we raised. $20 raised. $6. And that's thanks to Height and Baja Jackson. Now we can even have this discussion. I just wanted to say about Jay-Z being guarded and not wanting to be an actor. Yeah, so Jay-Z was in State Property as well. I think he was in State Property too, but definitely State Property. I don't know if he was in Paper Soldiers. He may have been, but he didn't say that much. This is interesting. Whenever Jay-Z, this is a quote from Complex magazine. Whenever Jay-Z did appear in a movie, his role was very limited. In the 2002 film State Property, Hove played a mild-mannered hustler who spoke very little regarding business. Jay also had a cameo role in 2002 film, I said this, Paper Soldiers, where Kevin Hart breaks into his home to steal some items. Continues. In that same conversation with the Complex, Hove revealed that he was once mad at Williams for giving him a music video quote for $1.8 million. At the time, Rockefeller Records were shooting videos for $20,000 as they were still independent, so they had to be mindful of budgets. He said that number, and I think it was like 1.8 million or something. Jay told Complex, and I was like, "Hype, come on, bro!" Like I got mad at him. Like, are you trying to play me? You think I'm dumb? That's crazy. Oh man. Life imitates art and art imitates life. It's both. It goes both ways. Like Greg S, allegedly. I'm just No, but yeah, life does imitate art. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is Columbine High School. I mean, they had the trench coat mafia. They wanted to wear the long trench coats, like the black trench coats in the Matrix, and which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Probably in my top 30, top 40. But the Matrix, it really shouldn't be blamed for their actions. They wanted to do that, They wanted to do all, those actions, those vicious, evil, disgusting acts. But you can't deny that it had some influence on their behavior, on their acts. Like, to them, I'm not saying that movies do. I'm saying in their minds, they're like, yeah, we got to have trench coats and wear black and have semi-automatic weapons and pipe bombs and stuff like that. They were influenced. I'm not saying that the populace, that most people, most rational, just allegedly normal, I don't know what else to say, kind of people would never do that. Like, I can watch that movie dozens of times and I'm not going to pick up an M16 and start shooting at people, or AR-15, and start shooting at people just because I saw in the movie. But that's just one thing that came to my mind with life imitating art. Here's Keith. At one time, Dam claimed that Lee Daniels owned Dame. I think you meant Dame Dash. Claimed that Lee Daniels owed him $1 million. Did Dame ever get his money from Lee? I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I'm not sure. I don't think he roughed him up or anything crazy like that, but I don't think he got it. Way sorry, my battery went. Okay. New subscribe. I thank you for the subscription. See, I'm not making this up. He's from London. He's in the UK. I have no reason why he should be in my live or being a subscriber, but he is, and I appreciate that. We have $20 raised with $60 to go. Or Cash App. If you have Cash App, Dirty Jerky, and everybody in the room, welcome Dirty Jerky. He's from the UK. He's from London. I got somebody from Japan, Keith. I got Dirty Jerky from London. I'm not sure where you're from, Height. Where are you from? Greg ass, I'm not sure where you're from either. And Baja Jackson is from St. Louis, it seems like. Could be wrong. Okay, you're from Jersey, Height. I got you. Jersey City. Got you. Understood. Yeah, so I have to get my order. I got into trouble. I knew I was gonna get into trouble because I'm thinking about so many different people. My top 5 female, actresses, my top actors, my top writers, my top directors, my top. I don't have a top producer list, but I should have a top producer list. A seafood boil? That sounds good. Or ramen. It's either the seafood boil or ramen. That's funny. Seafood boil sounds more enticing. You have Cash App, Dirty Jerky? I'm all about that Skrilla. I'm all about that money. I don't know what you call money in what's the slang word for money in the UK and London. Let me see. score, quid, dash, monkey, fiver, ton, pony, bucks, coin. It's kind of close to the United States. Not far off, except for dash and Tony and quid. The hat is on fleek. Dirty Jerky says paper. Dirty Jerky, LOL. We got 7% left. I ain't got paper. Oh, Dirty Jerky. I don't know. We might have to have an issue. You got me. How you got me? You might be like Keith and Greg S. and Rick James. You got me. How do you got me? You don't have cash or PayPal. I don't know what we can do. You're going to have to be, none of these one of these broke bums, feeding off of Height and Baja Jackson and so many others who have contributed to this machine. Oh, you got me in spirit, brother. Don't call me brother. You got me in spirit, you said. Seems like you're another one. You're another Greg S. You're another Rick James. Don't call me cuz. I'm not cuz. Call me by my name. My name is Skylar Saunders. If you haven't noticed yet, you can call me Sky Saunders. I appreciate your subscription, but I'm looking for dollars. I'm looking for money, because it's not just me. It's for you too. If you contribute to this machine, you get more information, more research, more impact out of this show. So that's where I am right now. Yes, I am the hustle brother, but I'm not the brother. I'm a hustle. I'm a hustler. You're paying for the greatness of me. You're paying for excellent commentary, excellent news, excellent effort put forth to bring a better idea of what it is. I was going to say, Hike, seafood boil and versus ramen, that was a stretch. You can't get a stick of gum. I'm not the giver here. I'm the producer. I'm the creator. I create this content. People have supported me. I've had hundreds of dollars roll in. I'm almost at 1,000. I'm almost at thousands of dollars. So if you can't be a contributor, you'll just be a bystander. Have to thank people like Height. Have to thank people like Baja Jackson, Chelsea with her glasses on, J-Tone, Spirit Smooth Tunes, and a host of other people that have given me money over these past few months. And again, with that bro shit, you got to calm that down, my friend. I'm not your bro. That offends me. When you call me brother or bro, that's offensive. This may be your first show, but you're not contributing anything. You don't have PayPal or Cash App. a sad shame, but I can't do much for you. So why don't you sign up for Cash App if that's possible in your country? Sign up for PayPal. I know that's possible. If you don't have PayPal, you can definitely sign up for PayPal and send me money through PayPal. That's possible. I know that for a fact. If Cash App's not available. So we have 3% battery life left before I have to get out of here. But I think I had a fun show. I think I had an informative show. It was a lot of going back and forth. We were going back and forth. We had great questions. I think Keith asked some good questions about me. I got in trouble. I knew I was going to get in trouble. When I'm on the spot, I get deer in the headlights. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. But I figured it out. That was the best part. Greg S says I'm going to get run down on, apparently. Height can only produce money. Greg S can't produce a dime. Can't produce a single cent. All right, so it's been a great time. I appreciate everybody that came in. Rick James, Greg S, newcomer Dirty Jerky, Height, Baja Jackson. I think I named everybody. Keith, and yeah, so that was everybody. I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much again. I should be back tomorrow. Chelsea with her glasses on should be on. That's usually her day. And I thank you once more. Take care.